This is the Humilau Resort Pokemon Escape Room. You, the player, is trapped in Humilau City and the only way out is to beat Team Plasma blocking the exit. All other exits have been blocked off. There are a total of 5 Team Plasma fights you have to beat, and in this video I will show you how to solve this escape room and I will guide you through the hurdles and solutions I found for the 5 battles. But before we get started, let me tell you about a couple things you need to know when trying to solve these puzzles. You never have to level up a Pokemon, find hidden items, change settings, or use the C-Gear, Pokedex, or in-game TVs. You don't have to worry about RNG, since RNG factors like inaccurate moves and crits have been removed. This game uses regular Gen 5 Good Trainer AI, which is the rules AI will follow in battle. This is quite the long list of quirks, so I'll skip this part in this video, but if you're interested, you can easily find it online. Alright, now that we know the rules, let's get started. You start with a level 30 Riolu in your party and no items in your bag. But after exploring the city for a bit, I found there was one open door which rewarded me with Eradicate and a Flame Orb. And this was all I got before I was forced into the first battle. In battle number 1, we're up against a level 1 Roselia and a level 100 Smeargle with the following movesets. Here are all the movesets side by side, so feel free to pause the video and try to solve this battle yourself. Roselia. I don't think I have... Oh, level 1. Hold on. This is gonna poison me. Focus Sash. Spikes. Copycat. Okay. Smeargle is next. Level 100. Okay, I think we can win this one, right? How do I outspeed the Smeargle with, like, Facade? Maybe it just doesn't do much damage. Let's see, what does it do? It uses Shadow Ball. Maybe it has, like, Shadow Ball, False Swipe or something, right? Smeargle could have anything. Spore. Ah, that sucks. I see, it's Spore Dream Eater. Okay. I think I figured it out, actually. Hold on. Well, I have an idea, at least. If I give it the Flame Orb, we can burn it and then quick attack it, right? That way we can't get spored. It took me quite a while to figure this out, but the solution was to copycat 3 layers of spikes and then knock out Roselia with Riolu. After that, I had to hard switch to Eradicate, which is safe because Smeargle is going for Shadow Ball. Eradicate gets burned on that turn, so it can't get hit by Spore anymore. And from there, with the help of Spikes damage, it is able to lower Smeargle's HP to below 50% to activate the Citrus Berry. After the berry is used up, Eradicate's HP has fallen low enough for Endeavor to matter, and then Riolu comes back in and finishes the job with Quick Attack. And that's battle number 1 complete. As a reward, we received a level 33 Jumpluff. In battle number 2, we're up against the following Pokemon and movesets. Feel free to pause the video here and solve it yourself. Lickilicky. Oh yeah. Self-destruct Lickilicky. This might be winnable. Hold this Jumpluff. Maybe that's all I needed. Shedinja? Okay, so I can't hit that with anything. It's holding a Pokeball, okay. Oh, if it uses a ghost move, I can copycat it. Secret power. Okay, I have to check. It would have to use a ghost move on like Jumpluff, for example. Actually, I think you're intended to play with the moveset open. I mean, the creator literally said you should have the documentation open. So I'm gonna have it open. Lickilicky Shedinja. It has Shadow Claw Secret Power. Shadow Claw Secret Power. If I lose Eradicate, and then it uses Shadow Claw on Jumpluff to knock out Jumpluff, I can copycat kill it. Or is that too simple? Okay, compared to the first fight, this one wasn't actually so bad. Lickilicky will always use self-destruct on turn 1, since that's the only move it knows. So I hard switched to Eradicate, and then hoped Shedinja would go for the KO on jump left with Shadow Claw. With Shadow Claw being the last move used in battle, Riolu comes in and uses priority Copycat because of Prankster, and uses Shadow Claw to win the battle. Not too bad, right? Don't worry, it gets a lot more complicated in the next battles. After battle number 2, we received a level 28 Lapras. Since Lapras knows Surf, I was intended to find an item in the water given to me by this NPC, and with the Expert Belt in my bag, I had everything I needed to beat battle number 3. In battle number 3, we're up against a full team of 6, and I struggled so hard to figure this one out. Feel free to pause here again to see if you could figure it out. I'm actually stuck with Riolu. If I lead Riolu, I have to knock out the Trapinch with Riolu because of Arena Trap, right? So this might not be the play. Okay, so I think Rhyhorn used Earthquake. So maybe we could switch to Jumpluff. But then the Rhyhorn also has Blizzard. If I don't one-shot this with Mega Drain, I'm gonna have to switch here again. But I don't know the damage, so I could pull it in a calculator or I just try it. Ah, okay. So switching is the play. Oh, it used Stone Edge, though. I don't want to switch when it uses Stone Edge. Okay, next up. Kabutops. Giga Drain, Ice Beam, Surf. That's not enough. And leftovers. Even the Giga Drain from Riolu wouldn't do much damage. Yeah, not even close. Okay, this is not it. This is not it. The Trapinch has a Focus Sash, so it will get Stealth Rock up against us for sure. There's no avoiding it. Maybe I'll just lead Lapras. What's this trainer gonna send out after? It's Rhyhorn. Huh? Shouldn't that just go down? That definitely just goes down. Nice. Alright, what do we do against Kabutops, though? So I could send out Jumpluff and then Mega Drain. But then it counters me with Ice Beam. I'll Surf once. It does a little bit of damage with 2 ticks. And I switch to Jumpluff. It's such a tiny amount of damage. Alright, and then I Mega Drain. Does that kill? No. But now it uses Ice Beam, right? And I die to Ice Beam. It goes for Surf and Eradicate, which means if I hard switch to Lapras, I could actually gain HP. Oh man, suddenly this is really complicated. What if I still lead Riolu to get out the extra rocks damage? I could completely sacrifice Lapras on the Trapinch by using Perish Zone. But that way, I can get Stealth Rock with Riolu off. Jumpluff does not survive Ice Beam. Trapinch only has Stealth Rock, yeah. Man, I don't know. This is so tough. No item steal move, nope. I could die to the Trapinch with Flame Orb, and that way someone else can come in against it. I don't know what that would do for us, though. I think with the Expert Belt and the Stealth Rock, this might go down. Expert Belt mattered here. This went down because of the Expert Belt. I could hard switch to Lapras and Surf or Perish Song. I could just use Mega Drain and die, and then hopefully finish it with another Pokemon. I don't know which one, though. It one-shots all of them. It one-shots Riolu and Red, but not Lapras. Just live Ice Beam, Jumpluff.
Man. Yeah, that didn't do any damage. Yeah, not enough. That was a good amount, but not enough.
Okay, so the actual solution for this battle is to figure out how to beat Kabutops, since that is the biggest threat in the whole fight. You have to use all the tools in your team to get the biggest advantage against Kabutops. If you think only about that and ignore the rest of the fight for now, what would you do? Here's the teams again. What do you think? The best thing we can do is to give Jumpluff the expert belt, so it deals enough damage to two-shot Kabutops with Mega Drain. However, Kabutops one-shots Jumpluff, so in order to beat Kabutops, we would have to hit our first Mega Drain on a turn where it switches in. And the only way to make the AI switch in this situation is with Perish Song. So the setup we have to achieve is to have Jumpluff out in battle and use Mega Drain on the same turn the opponent switches to Kabutops. And getting to this point was extremely difficult to figure out, but here's how I did it. First, we lead Lapras to knock out Trapinch and Rhyhorn. Trapinch will set up Stealth Rock on turn 1, but that is more of a distraction than anything else. The big threat Kabutops comes out next. But we don't want Kabutops out, since we want to hit it with Mega Drain on a turn it switches in. And since we can't beat it otherwise, we have to force a switch. So on this turn, I use Perish Song and tank the damage from Giga Drain. After this, I have to preserve as much Lapras HP as possible so I can Perish Song again later. So I hard switch to Raticate here. After that, I hard switch back to Lapras to heal HP with Water Absorb. Now Kabutops is forced to switch, since its Perish Song count hit 1. And on this turn, we use Perish Song again against the incoming Jellicent. Okay, and since Kabutops is still alive, we can expect this trainer to switch back to it once the count hits 1. So all we have to figure out now is how to get Jumpluff out in battle safely to use Mega Drain on the switch turn. On the first turn, I switch to Raticate, which survives Hex. On the second turn, I sacrifice Raticate, which means Jumpluff comes into battle unharmed. Other than the Stealth Rock damage, of course. And now that the Perish Song hit 1, we are exactly where we want to be and can start using Mega Drain to take out Kabutops. Jumpluff is able to stay in and take out Loudred and Whismur, and then the only Pokemon left is Jellicent, which we can't actually take out with damage, so it was actually important this whole time to keep Lapras alive for a third and final Perish Song. I don't know if I necessarily played this part correct, but I decided to switch back to Lapras and tank the incoming Aurora Beam, and then use Perish Song, which kinda worked out, although I'm not sure I was supposed to survive all those hits. And that's it, my remaining team members are able to wait out the Perish Song and win the battle. What a complicated battle. I'm glad I figured that out, even if not all parts of the battle were intended by the creator. As a reward for beating battle number 3, we received a Mystic Water and a Spicy Burp, which was a level 26 Sigilyph. Okay, for battle number 4, we're up against the following team. The first thing I wanted to figure out is what I'm supposed to do with Psycho Shift. Psycho Shift transfers the user's status condition to the target. Clearly we had to use this in some way, and I had to figure out if I'm supposed to transfer a burn from the Flame Orb or the Toxic Poison from Breloom's Toxic Orb, which we could get by stealing the item with Thief. And if the burn was intended, was I supposed to pre-burn on a wild Pokemon or get burned in battle by taking a hit or switching in? So many options. So I was playing around those ideas for a while and realized that it was indeed Toxic that was the key to win this battle. Looking back at the teams now with a little more knowledge, can you solve this battle? Pause here to try.
This is gonna kill me. It's so the Hyper Beam is a one-hit KO guaranteed. I'm lost. If I don't use the move on turn 1, it'll be poisoned, and then I can't do anything anymore. Steal the orb. I get one shot and outsped, so I can't. I can steal the orb so it doesn't heal with it anymore. No, it would still heal because it's poison heal. The orb doesn't matter anymore. Don't they have a second one to switch in for Perish Song? They do, yes. So if we just start with Perish Song to get something else out first. Level 100 Jellicent with Bind, Absorb, Recover. This would probably... Yeah, Sigilyph would probably survive a hit. I could get poisoned. I could get burned. Stealing the Toxic Orb to, like, poison myself. Okay, well, let's try that then. Let's try that. Okay, we're trying to force out Breloom. It will be poisoned. It rests here. I'm gonna take the item. So I can be poisoned too. This is so dumb. It's probably best to just start with Perish Song. Okay, the Jellicent comes out. Fell to 2. Rest turn. Yeah, I'm gonna send out Sigilif here. Psycho Shift. Does this go down? Right away? I think it does. Ah, never mind. Oh! Oh, it doesn't matter. I can just thief this. The hippopotamus is holding a blueberry. What does that do? It's an ingredient. It's just for Pokeblocks. Okay. Breloom's back out. Wait, the Jellicent never came out. Oh man, the Jellicent never came out. I spent over an hour on this battle because I forgot one specific interaction. I was so sure an opponent would be able to switch out on a recharge turn from Hyper Beam, but it turns out they can't. If I remembered that, I could have probably beaten this fight in half that time. So after a frustrating hour later, I solved the battle, and here's how you're supposed to win. I lead the Lapras and use Perish Song right away. Breloom uses Hyper Beam, since that's the only move it knows. And here's the weird solution. I just keep using Perish Song, even though it was already used. Because if I use Dive, it would miss Hyper Beam, and then could switch out instead of recharging. On turn 3, I actually keep Lapras in battle, which was really odd to me too, because I was so sure we would need Perish Song again later. But that's not the case. So sacrificing Lapras early was actually the correct play. That way, Sigilif could come in on the recharge turn and steal the Toxic Orb before Breloom goes down to Perish Song. After Breloom goes down, Sigilif gets poisoned by the orb, and then the opponent sends out Hippopotas, which starts a Sandstorm. But just like the Trapinch from earlier, this seems to be just a distraction and does not actually matter for the rest of the battle. Sigilif has the ability Magic Guard, which prevents any damage that doesn't come from direct attacks, so neither the sand nor the poison matter here. Sigilif can stay in and take out Hippo with Thief, and then the level 20 Chansey comes in. The only Pokemon remaining now are Chansey and the level 100 Jellicent, and I knew that Toxic was the only way to win against Jellicent. So to keep Sigilif as healthy as possible, I switched to Raticate to take out Chansey. Jellicent comes in after Chansey and finishes Raticate, and then full HP Sigilif is able to Toxic on the first turn and Roost all other turns because it barely survives the damage from 2 wraps. And that's GG for battle number 4. If only I remember that Hyper Beam mechanic. The reward is a level 1 Shedinja, my favorite Gen 3 Pokemon. After healing my Pokemon, it was time to solve the final battle and escape the Humilau Resort. Here's the final team matchup. See if you can figure out how to beat it. Okay, I don't want to give away the solution right away, but rather see if I can nudge you into the right direction. The most important part to think about here is the 2 rewards we just received, the Shedinja and especially the Mystic Water. Shedinja is clearly the solution to beat that Gengar, but why did we get a Mystic Water? Who could possibly even benefit from that item if you consider everything? Obviously Lapras, since it's our only Pokemon with water moves, but there is one more. Riolu's Copycat could technically use water moves too, either copying the opponent or our very own Lapras if we somehow manage to get Riolu into battle and also have one of Lapras's moves be the last move used in battle. You may have heard of the infamous Dive Cat strategy before, and seeing Dive and also Copycat Prankster in the team composition immediately made me think of this broken technique. If you haven't heard of the strat, let me summarize it really quickly for you. Basically, Dive Cats was a strategy where a Pokemon with Prankster and Assist could call a move like Dive, Dig, or Fly with priority, and then go last on the next turn by either being slower or holding an item like the Lagging Tail. That way, the opponent would go second on the dive turn and first on the damage turn, essentially making the Pokemon invincible. Obviously, this wasn't an unbeatable strategy, but at the time of discovery, it was super gimmicky and strong if people weren't ready for it. So in our case, we don't have Assist, but we do have Copycat, which can call another move with priority in combination with Prankster. This was definitely what I was trying to achieve when I was thinking about how to solve this battle. So I'm not using the Flame Orb right now, but we'll see. I'm probably not going to beat this first try anyway. Gengar's out. Diglett comes out. Diglett's only move is Pursuit. I'm dead. It's holding a Rocky helmet. I could thief that. I'm just improvising this first fight. I'm just going with my gut. Rocky helmet seems like a good item to steal. Omastar. All right. 63. Bubble Beam, Rock Blast, Aurora Beam, Water Pulse. This thing has a lot of good moves. We could switch to Lapras if we're expecting a water move. I don't think Raticate outspeeds Omastar. I don't know. My gut tells me it's going to use a water move, so I'm switching. But it could use Ice or Rock, I guess. Aurora Beam, sure. Is there a way we could pull off Dive Copycat? Whoa. It outspeeds Jump Bluff too. Okay, so we've hit a roadblock in this battle. Wait, if I use Perish Song, and on my turn 1 of Perish Song, I use Dive, or I use Dive as I die to Perish Song, that would work. I don't have to be burned. I'll put the Flame Orb on Sigilif instead. Oh wait, then I can steal items though. No, I'll put it on Raticate. Okay. So here's the plan. We're doing the same strat. Shedinja dies. Diglett comes out. Diglett is out against Lapras. Lapras, yeah. This is it. I'm feeling good about this. Until something is wrong. Shedinja. Diglett comes out. I could switch, I think. But it has Pursuit, so it doesn't matter. I'm dead. Okay. Lapras comes in. Perish Song. And then I Perish Song again, right? And then I dive. Perish Song again. And then I dive. Here's the switch. Omastar comes out, which is what we wanted. The last used move is dive, everyone. And here comes Riolu with Copycat. It's working. This is gonna take a while. Oh, the Diglett is still alive. That's true. It switched out. Does it go down? Omastar goes down. Ferrothorn is sent out. Level 59 Ferrothorn. With leftovers and knockoff. And Metal Claw. It also has Iron Barbs. So this thing we can't do any damage to that it wouldn't heal. And if we kept attacking, we would die on our own, right? We have to come up with something else. Metal Claw knockoff, the only moves. Maybe Endeavor can work on Ferrothorn. We made a save state though. It's all good if we want to like experiment a little bit. I can take off the leftovers with Sigilif. Do we think Riolu is done and it's just to be sacrificed here for instead of switching? I don't know. Jump Bluff seems really pointless. Actually, let me go through the options again. Riolu can copycat Metal Claw knockoff. So if it goes for knockoff, I could copycat that and knock off its leftovers. That would be pretty good. Maybe I have to knock off the leftovers and then give it the Flame Orb with I can't give it I can't give it a burn, but not the Flame Orb. Oh my god, if I have to move items around, I'm gonna have to watch the whole like dive sequence again though. Yeah, a burn would make sense. Endeavor would make sense. Oh man, yeah, I think the burn is the only thing we can do. I don't live Metal Claw, so I couldn't knock off the leftovers. Okay, I outspeed, so I stole them. And then Raticate survives on 1. Raticate's not going to survive. Uh-oh. We're not through this one yet, man. We're not through this one yet.
Okay, here's how you beat the final battle. I lead Raticate, which makes Gengar use Explosion on turn 1, and I can safely switch to Shedinja to dodge the explosion. Diglett is sent out next, and unfortunately takes out Shedinja with Pursuit. Can't really switch out on that. So now, I send out Lapras. I use Perish Song twice, and then Dive, which forced the opponent to switch out while I'm underwater. On that turn, Lapras gets to attack with Dive and Feint immediately after, which ends the turn on Dive. And that's the setup. Now Riolu can come in, and the last move used in battle is still Dive. So it starts taking down the Omastar with the help of the Mystic Water damage. This took a long time. And this was the only way to beat the Omastar, since it one-shots every Pokemon on my team otherwise. After that, Ferrothorn comes out, and Riolu has to go, since it can't continue the dive strat against Ferrothorn's leftovers. So I send out Sigilyph to steal the leftovers, and then Ferrothorn takes out Sigilyph too. Now, my pre-prepared Raticate at 1 HP comes in and uses Endeavor to drop Ferrothorn to 1 HP. Did you know 23 times 3 is 69?
Getting Raticate to like low HP, because I'm so certain this will work. Chat, 23 times 3 is 69. Is this coincidence? I don't think that's coincidence. Look how perfect this is. This has to be intended. Oh my god, this has to be intended.
After that, any Pokemon faster than Ferrothorn just has to come in and finish it. So I chose Jumpluff. At this point, only Bulbasaur and Diglett remain. I knew that Jumpluff had to be the one taking out Bulbasaur because it's immune to Leech Seed, and that would have been too powerful on all other Pokemon. So I start spamming False Swipe for the best damage and then finish it with Mega Drain. And that's GG, because Diglett goes down to any hit. What a battle. Really fun to see the different setup for the Dive Cat strategy, or I guess in this case, Dive Dog? And that's it, we escaped the Humilau Resort. Were you able to solve any of the puzzles? It's a lot harder when you aren't the one playing and are able to use trial and error like me. I hope you had fun and you were able to follow all the strats. If you want to watch more Pokemon escape rooms, I have a whole playlist of them in the description. Go check them out. Consider subscribing to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.